Hey, it's me, Eric. You know, if I come on without the music playing, that it's like there's something up. So, two things. I massively screwed up the live stream I tried to do last weekend. I'm going to redo that this weekend. Um, it's a long story, but I couldn't get my Mac or my iPad to stream a scheduled live stream. You can immediately start a live stream on an iPad or the iMac, but there's a bit of a backwards, it seems backwards to me, way to you've scheduled this, you can tell everyone and give them the link. And then when you go to sit down and go, okay, I'm going to do my live stream now, and I turned on the lights so it looked nice. And I couldn't figure out if you just click on the live stream in your YouTube app thing, it brings it up like you want to edit the text or an ad or something. It doesn't go, okay, let's go live. And it's the same thing on the Mac and the iPad. There's this, what I think is a not obvious way to do it. So the second thing is this show with Nicole, even though I could have swore I checked, I recorded through my iMac microphone, not my wonderful Rode Pod mic. I really like the Rode Pod mic. So the content is good. It's talking about Eric's spinning head, his brain, and some electrical car stuff, of course. But anyway, I hope you like the show. And as always, if you have any thoughts, it's gardenfork87@gmail.com. All right, here we go. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for downloading the show. Welcome to Garden Fork Radio. It's eclectic DIY. It's me and my friends having a conversation and hoping that you find it interesting. Today I'm with Nicole.
People have called me Michelle all my life.
Talking about how to be in the present and aware and all that, because Nicole's going to answer that for me, right?
Well, I don't know if I have the answer, but
how do you? My mind spins constantly.
I think putting down the phone is like step one.
Oh, that's interesting because I don't look at the phone a lot.
Really?
I don't know if the word is catastrophize, but I'll either think about an interaction I had with someone and maybe the better thing to say or the better diss to say, you know.
Okay, well, that's called ruminating.
Oh, okay.
There is a name for it, ruminating.
I do that.
You'll ruminate.
And so then I try and stop myself.
Before you fall asleep? I bet that's probably a bad time.
Yeah, it's usually just during the day. I'm like I was queued up to charge my car at the Tesla superchargers, and every once in a while, some not nice person, usually in a Tesla, speeds across the parking slots, doesn't go up the aisle, comes across the side and either pulls into a spot or tries to pull into a spot. And we're just waiting. Everyone's nicely waiting. I'm like, well, what if someone comes and speeds across? What am I going to do? And I start to do this scenario in my head. And then I'm like, this is just a waste of time, Eric.
Right. Think about something else. Well, I do find the queuing up for the charging to be one of those odd moments where there's no clear organizational situation. And I have inadvertently been that guy in the Tesla where I thought there was a spot open and then people get really mad. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. I legit didn't know you guys were waiting in line. I'll move. I'll get in line. I have no problem. I just didn't realize there was a line.
Yeah, this place, it's pretty obvious that you can see the line.
But I don't know if you've never been there before. Because we're driving across the country.
Yeah.
And these people were like so mad. And I was like, dude, like really? I had no idea. I wasn't being.
Very interesting is just how freaking cold it's been in the Northeast. And there were 10 cars queued up to charge at the charge. There's 12 chargers and it goes fairly quickly, if you're at supercharger. Right. My car notwithstanding. But still, it just is evidence of how electric cars do not like really cold weather.
Oh, gosh. Well, yeah, I texted you and Rick a couple weeks ago, like the cold reduced my range like 50 miles because I turned the heat on. So I was like, no heat, guys.
If you have a charger in your driveway, this is not a problem for you. If you're traveling, like I put 300 miles on the car every weekend, not every weekend, but a lot of weekends. Or if you're traveling to go see someone in another state and it's the winter, it does become an issue. Yeah.
Yeah, we tried. Remember, we went to Pittsburgh, and we ended up. I felt like we had to stop and charge every 2 hours, which was really frustrating because it's only like 6 hours away.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal, and it
All
is
right.
the weather related. Yeah.
So let's get back from our tangent to being how to be present and
Well,
aware.
I think that's part of it is to readjust your brain. Like you go down the rabbit hole as soon as you notice that you've done this to come back. So, I did I tell you that my New Year's resolution 2 years ago was to not honk. I wasn't going to honk at
Yes.
anybody.
Yes, I remember that.
So I'm still not honking, but it is like the same. Like I'll notice somebody's not going, and I'll be like, "Why aren't they going? They should go." And then I'll be like, "Well, I should honk," and I'm like, "Well, I'm not honking." So then, it creates this anxiety in your brain, but it's all something made up in your brain, right? Like that's the bottom line.
It is
Because
your
nobody's
brain.
raced across. Nobody has actually pulled into the spot,
No.
right? You've we've come up with this whole scenario in our brain, and I think the first step is recognizing, oh, that's I just made that up.
I need to check something. I need to make sure that my input is set correct. Okay, it is good. And how do I check on my settings? Where are my settings? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was recording with my microphone and not with the built-in mic of the iMac.
Oh yeah, that's really annoying when that happens. That's never happened to us before. We're so tech savvy
Yeah.
over here.
But we were in the park this morning, and I'm wearing warm enough clothes. It's 25 degrees and there's no wind, and so it's fine, And then
Hmm.
I'm starting to do that ruminating thing, and then I'm like, I'm in the park with my two great dogs and my great wife, and here I am, yeah, spinning about something. And then I'm like, okay, I got to bring myself back. And then I'm like, well, how do I do that? Do I just look at the tree for a minute? Because I just stand there and I go, okay, here I am. How does the present feel? And I don't feel anything. So
Oh well, that is one thing that people use is doing your.
is
How
that
does that
the
work?
five things on your hand
Yeah,
to keep from, a lot of people that have anxiety do that?
right. It's the same. So to like think about your what you can see, what you can hear,
You can
what you can
smell.
actually feel, what
Yeah.
you can smell, and there must be one other
I think
thing.
it's taste.
Oh yeah, it is. That would be right.
Wow, I never thought of that because there's these YouTube canal boaters. They openly talk about their mental health, and a fella has quite a bit of anxiety about stuff, and he just talked about it once, and he had his hand up in the screen. He goes, "It's this," and I'm like, "Wow, that's brilliant." I'll tell my friends that have anxiety, and then I never thought that I could use that as well when I'm ruminating and I want to step back into the present.
Hmm.
Thank you again for my life, Nicole.
Well, I also think the rumination is a form of anxiety.
Oh,
Hmm.
because I always tell my nurse practitioner that I don't have anxiety. I just have depression.
No, I think, yeah, I think we've all got it. I mean, we come by it honestly, right? Because part of it is that I do that the boys get frustrated with me is, we'll be watching a show and I will think, I'll start thinking about all the stuff I need to get done. So I'll pick up my phone and then they're frustrated with me because they don't think I'm being in the present, which I'm not. It's fair. But I'll like start making a to-do list or like a something. And it is hard. It is hard to stay in that moment, especially if it's a movie I'm not into.
Yeah.
Or if I get scared in a movie, then I'm like, I stand up and like go start cleaning the kitchen. And they're like, Mom, you're missing it. And I'm like, I'm actually not missing it.
Oh, I leave the room.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like it.
If there's tension or if I know someone's going to get in trouble, I'm like, they're about to get in trouble. I leave the room and I ask the camera, I go, tell me when this scene's over.
Oh, the boys are the same, especially with any relational issues. Like I mean, if there's going to be kissing, then they're out. But there's this cute movie called Big Red, and it's about this little girl who turns into a red panda.
Yes, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's cute. It was very cute, but they lie to their parents to go to a concert, and that Otis could not. Like that movie was done for him. He's
Oh,
like, I'm
interesting.
out. I can't handle it. It's so cute. Yeah, I do think that it is feeling anxious about what happened or what call just happened or what might happen.
Cool. And then I'll do the 5 finger thing.
Yeah, try the five and then report back to us.
What
I'll do the 5 finger thing too before I reach for my phone.
does it have a name?
I bet it does.
Here, I'll use the supercomputer that is called a cell phone. How would I do that? 5. I just had a software update, so they moved everything around.
Oh, I know. I feel like an old person. Well, and that feeds right into our flexibility as we age
Oh,
conversation.
yes. 5 figure for anxiety. That's what I just call it. So the 5 finger breathing deep for relaxation.
Mm, is that box breathing?
It's a 5 finger breathing.
Yeah, not the breathing. Paying attention.
Oh, the 5 finger trick that can quiet your racing mind.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So just type in 5 finger trick relaxing mind or 5 finger relaxation technique. I don't see that it has, I think it's just called the 5 finger relaxation technique. This is from Utah State University. There's a PDF. And that this one's a little different than what we just talked about, but yeah, just type in 5 finger technique and you can learn all about it. There you go. Done.
All right, great.
All right. Thank you for listening.
All right, so along the lines, I just brought up they update the phone. I have to tell you, I get so frustrated when they move everything. But the New York Times, one of their newsletters, the woman did an article about older people living together, moving in together, once their partners die or whatever, as a way to stay young, kind of Golden Girls style, right? But she brought up the point that like some people feel like they can't move in with somebody else because they're so anchored to the way they like things.
Yeah.
And that resonated with me because like I'm already like that. I like it, like I expect the children to pick up their towels and hang them up and not leave them on the wood floor. And I don't like to have the heat on at night because I'm cheap. And so I expect everybody to sleep with lots of blankets. And how important flexibility, not just in your actual body, but in your thinking and being open to, yeah, like one of my girlfriends, we were getting together and I thought we were going to go to the National Gallery. And she's like, well, why don't we go to the Shrine to the Immaculate Conception? I've never been there. And I was like, I did not want to go. But I was like, no, that's how friendship works. Sometimes you do what they want to do, and sometimes you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And I can be flexible. The point is to hang out with my friend, not who cares about the shrine. It was beautiful. It was enjoyable. We had a good time. But kind of putting that flexibility into your everyday life.
Yeah. My friend texted me and said, do you want to go to Costco today? And I don't really need anything, but I haven't seen him in a week. And he'll drive. I'm like, okay. So,
Right.
and we'll probably have lunch. It's in Sunset Park. So right next to us is Industry City, which is this set of huge warehouse buildings that have been there since the 1900s. But the first floor of 2 of the buildings is a big food court, and you can get any nationality of food there you want. So
I don't know why you would go any place but the Costco hot dog.
in Sunset Park, I just don't, the Costco in Sunset Park, I'm just like, yeah, no.
Really, I don't know about it, but I love a Costco hot dog. I mean,
It's a different experience in the suburbs.
I texted you and said that like the next time I come to New York, we're going to Brooklyn because I want to go to Pita Pan.
Yes. Oh, it's great.
I'm like, we're going to Peter Pan next time.
So for everyone that hasn't watched the video, I put out a video recently about some wooden drawers with sliders that I found on the sidewalk in Brooklyn down the street from me. And I went back to my house and got the hand truck, and then I loaded them on the hand truck, and I wanted a falafel. I like a falafel with moussaka and falafel and tahini.
Yes.
Or sometimes I get the vegetable platter, which is, there's no falafel. It's just this, they have like these sweet potatoes that they bake that are amazing, and they have baked beets. But anyway, it's quite affordable, and it's right on 7th Avenue, around the corner from me. It's a merchant avenue. And I just park the drawers on the sidewalk outside of Peter Pan, and they're like, oh, hey, and I know them. But I just kind of want little pieces of Brooklyn, of people like, why do you live here? And I'm like, because it's stuff like Peter Pan.
Well, I don't understand why people would say that, because it's so great.
Well, the national media tends to focus on the negative anyway. And if something goes sideways in New York City, you can be in some small town in the United Kingdom and you'll hear about it.
Well,
Hey, I heard about this stabbing in the subway, Eric. And I'm like, there are 3 million people that ride the subway every day.
there's something happening everywhere.
Yes. It's just density.
Yeah, an old boss of mine years ago, he said, anything you can imagine, anything that you can imagine is happening right now someplace in the world. I was like, all right, ruminate on that.
Well, that's what I think about when I fly to the Midwest. I go to see my sister, and you're over like Ohio or Indiana, and it's fairly flat, and you can see all these fields, and then you see this exact straight line of trees. And what that is, it's a rail line, and the trees have grown up around it. And then you see interstates, and then you see these small towns with a high school, because you can see the football field.
Yep.
And I don't ruminate. I just think about life in that town and what the people are doing there right now. And that's what I do in the airplane.
Doing all the things. Do you always get a window seat? I don't get the window seat anymore.
It depends. Southwest is changing their seating order. So if the plane is not full, I will get a window seat. If the plane is jam-packed, I will get an aisle seat.
Yeah. Yeah. We flew on Allegiant over the holidays. The boys did not want to go on a road trip. I'm just as shocked as you are. But so the deal was, well, if you can find cheap tickets to someplace, we can go someplace. So I found cheap tickets on Allegiant Airlines, which I had never flown on. It's this little airline, and their shtick is they fly to not big airports. So from Dulles to Knoxville, I got us round trip tickets for all 4 of us for $400.
Oh, wow.
So we stayed with my girlfriends from college, who I'd never been to her house. So that was really fun. And then we took the metro to Dulles. So it takes like an hour and a half on the metro. It takes an hour to drive, but it was $2.50 to get there.
Oh, nice.
We didn't pay for parking. I made the kids they could only take one backpack. Anyway, I was super cheap, and we had a really good time, although it was incredibly cold in Knoxville when we were there.
Yeah.
One day it was 72, and the next day it was 27. And it's humid in DC, but it was more humid there. We did go to the Great Smokies.
Oh, good.
Very excited to get that national park checked off the list. It was beautiful.
Yay.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust. So,
Oh, I have some thoughts about the back to the article you sent. You sent me the New York Times email talking about people getting set in their ways as they get older, and about co-living or cohabitation. There are either large apartments or houses around here. It's a co-living arrangement. There's usually an initial group that starts it, and they have some rules, and then people move in and out. But I know several people that live in places like that, and it makes New York very affordable. And you have like a shared kitchen usually. There are probably several bathrooms. Mm-hmm. But you just have to be open, and you have to realize that other people like things different ways. And if you can't do that, then you're in trouble.
Well, and that's part of the like going on this trip. It was good for, it's good for the boys to see everybody has different priorities in their life for how they live.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's what makes us human. That's great, Um it doesn't all have to be exactly the way mom says, unless you're at mom's house.
Yeah. By the way, if you make the house too cold, it's actually a net loss as far as your use of heating oil or gas or anything, because
Well, I mean, how cold is too cold?
I don't know. It depends on the building, but your building, whether it's brick or wood or plastic, you heat it up to 68, and then if you let the temperature drop, it still has enough mass to hold heat, but you are having to heat up air, which actually is harder to heat. Air does not keep temperature nearly as well as a solid. That's why ideally your freezer in your kitchen, the more stuff you put in it, the more efficient it is because it's all frozen. But there is a breaking point where if the house is too cold at night, you're actually spending more money on heating to bring it back up to a comfortable level.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to like do the math on that. 61 is what we sleep at.
Oh, that's cold.
Okay. All right, Brent.
I grew up in Wisconsin. I am done with the cold. Okay?
Like no more cold. Back away from the cold.
I will say that my Carhartt renewed insulated overalls are fantastic. I have two pair. One is up at the house, and I just keep it there, and one down here. They were half price. Carhartt has a renewed site. Just type in Carhartt renewed. One of these looked like it was a return, and one looked like it was brand new. And it was almost half the price of new. They were running a sale, so that's why it was quite a bit cheaper. But just check that out.
That is crazy. Well, I
All
had
right.
something else I was going to say, but I forgot what it was.
The co-living thing is interesting. I don't think because New York attracts wackadoo people, but also very, very like driven people, but it also attracts wackadoo people. It's a roll of the dice of what you're going to get. And I think around here, people that are attracted to co-living are more of the wackadoo type.
Yeah, in college, I spent a semester living in a cooperative, which
Yep.
was great because it was kind of like all the benefits of living with a group, the volume pricing, we shared cooking, and none of the weird sorority stuff.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
Our college, university, barely had any fraternities, and I really like that.
Yeah. I mean, at Purdue, I was very happy to have my sorority, and I'm still very good friends with those people, but we were not your average sorority.
All right.
Shocking everybody listening.
I would like to pivot to Bob, the tank driver and telephone
Yes.
lineman.
Yeah.
He started his own podcast on YouTube. I don't know if you'd call it a podcast. It's a. I'll have to ask him. He's yelling back at the computer right now. I don't know if you can listen to YouTube channels on a podcast app or not.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, the way Brent listens to this podcast, it's called The Daily Dad. I think it's by Sam Harris. And it's just like a couple minutes about like being a dad. And Bob's little, or whatever we're going to call it, YouTube channel reminds me of that. It's just like a couple minutes of like, it's almost like what was that guy in the Midwest who, at the end of the news, he would always tell that cute story?
Oh, I don't remember. But
And
that was
there you
back
have
in the
it.
before times.
And that's the rest of the story.
Yes,
Oh, gosh.
I remember
What's
that. I remember
guy's
that
name?
part.
But anyway, it's like I enjoy listening to him. He has a great voice.
And he has a great outlook on life. I'm going to drop one. They're quite short. I'll drop one in the edit here. I'm sure he'll allow me a royalty-free use of his voice.
Paul Harvey.
Oh, Paul Harvey, yes.
The rest of the story.
Yeah. But this is just proof that Bob shoots it either on his laptop or his phone, and you can literally hit start, or record, then stop, then publish, and it's
Right.
done. If you want to add some text, sure, but Bob just he just has this phone in his hand and he talks. I don't know if he has some prepared notes or anything, but more than one person has come up to me that listens to the podcast and goes, "What's with this guy, Bob? Where'd you meet him?"
Oh.
In a complimentary way, not like,
Yeah, no, totally.
"What's this axe murderer, Bob?"
No, I'm a big fan of Bob.
Well,
We
he'll be on the
have a
show.
little reading group, Bob and I.
Oh,
We read the guy who wrote The Devil in the White Tower, his name is Eric Larson, and The Devil in the White City. He also has written a couple of World War II books, and so we ended up kind of both reading them at the same time. And so he's waiting to get them from the library and different ones. So I've been In the Garden of the Beast was excellent. We both read that.
oh wow.
Hello, folks. It's Monday, January 26th, and I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend. I want to talk today about removing ourselves from situations that make us angry, irritated, anxious. And a lot of times it helps if we just take 4 or 5 minutes to separate ourselves from the situation. If we're in the office and we're having a particular problem, just break the cycle, go away for a few minutes, find a spot, even if it's in the bathroom stall, find a spot where you can just be by yourself for a few minutes, control your breathing, and think positive thoughts. And then we have to go back into the situation that we came from, but we're going to have a little bit different perspective. Okay, did you know that every 3 to 5 days that your stomach replaces the lining? I didn't know this, and I find it very interesting that it takes 3 to 5 days and your stomach has completely replaced the existing lining that you have. And that's so, I guess, we don't digest ourselves, but basically that's what it is. If the stomach did not do that, we would wind up digesting the stomach and whatever things the stomach acid could get to. So I found that to be an interesting fact. In the show notes, I'm going to put a link to a video you're going to want to watch. It's a very short video, and it's an eating competition, but it's not an eating competition like what you think. It'll make your day. Make it part of those 5 minutes I was talking about. Okay, folks, y'all go out there and make somebody smile and have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
All right, one last brain dump from Eric. I have a sound bar from Vizio for my TV. And then I upgraded, and for the other TV, I got a sound bar with what's called a 5.1 surround sound system.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that. And I have a Vizio TV, and I'm like, okay, this is a good brand. I wanted to buy one for both of my computer workstations. And I looked at the retail ones, and they've really gone up in price. I don't know if that's tariff related or just the world. But I went on the eBay and I typed in refurbished Vizio, Vizio soundbar. And I got one for $50. And it's a little older model. I think it looks like it's brand new and it works great. So
That's awesome.
I got 2 of those for the computer because you can have the little tinny speakers, or you can have it. What I like, it's all in one. It takes Bluetooth or a regular phone cord input, and it also do digital audio if you're really into it. But it's just you turn it on, you Bluetooth it, and you're done. You don't have to turn on a power supply and and it sounds good. And you can I let it play music while I'm editing or working or something. So yeah, go to eBay. There's no affiliate link. Go to eBay, type in Vizio refurbished soundbar, and you will see.
Okay. Well, that's kind of like the Amazon Woot. They have a open box.
Yes.
Similar.
I haven't looked at Woot in a long time. Huh.
Yeah, it still exists.
Yeah, I just don't like to buy stuff. So
I know, you're good at that. That's good. Minimalism. All right, well, I guess we'll have to save our last thing for the after show.
Is that okay?
That sounds great.
What are we going to talk about?
congruence, people who are solid.
Oh, yes, the rare people who are solid. That's the title of the article we're going to talk about on the after show. If you're interested in that, I'm on Patreon. Cup of coffee a month, and you get the Eric Brain Dump. Sometimes it's 6 things in a week. Sometimes it's 1. It just depends on my brain, basically. I'm going to be more in the present, so I'll have more time for that now.
I like that.
If you have any thoughts, it's gardenfork87@gmail.com. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Garden Fork Radio is produced by Garden Fork Media LLC in Brooklyn, New York. The music in the show is licensed from audioblocks.com and uniquetracks.com.